Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the alternate pathway of the Age of Wonders 3 campaign, the Elven Court. So just a reminder for everybody, we've gone back to scenario 4 of this campaign and we are exploring the other pathway that can be taken based on the choice that is made in terms of which side you're going to choose. Are you going to side with Nomlik and sort of do the air quotes good option, or side with Groshak and do the air quotes bad option or evil option? And we've decided to go back to this point where we made the choice. And again, we finished the campaign following Nomlik and the good choice, but now we're seeing what happens when we follow the evil choice. So last time we made our decision, and we've kind of, done a few things here. We lost our throne city, which was a problem. Of course, it is kind of funny that it's a dwelling and not a real city. So we're migrating our throne over. And we're just going to keep things going here and see how it goes. Ultimately, I think we're going to just end our turn because that's where it was last time. But I think really we're just going to have to see if anything is different from our experience previously when we chose the good option. So it does look like there is a roaming unit there. We are going to have to deal with that to keep our new, as you can see, our throne has moved. We're going to have to keep that new throne city safe. And so let's group up here, and we can do this battle with Groshak and get this one done. And then what we'll do is we'll send Groshak over to reclaim that dwelling. Alright, so a couple of spiders to deal with here. Nothing too crazy. I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of step up and blast the main spider here. That's really our primary objective. I think what we want to do is try to get a stun on it, really. Nice, and we did that. That's really good. That's going to make things a lot easier for us. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to park my swordsman there just to provide some protection. That should be enough to deter this unit from getting all the way in. I might move just one further, actually. There we go. That blocks them in really, really well. What I'm going to do here is step up, do a bit of damage to the spiderlings, and then maybe get the kill. Not quite. Very close, though. You know what? I can probably finish them off. Perfect. Now all that's left is the Spider Queen. We should be able to deal with now that it is no longer stunned. There's a big kill from our giant. That's perfect. Meanwhile, we can step up with Groshak and get the finish here, probably. Yep. There we go, nice and easy. Got that done pretty easily. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, as I said, just step on over here. And we'll have to still... Ooh, I didn't mean to send our giant all the way by himself. Whoops. Well, good thing is we're in range of him, so we can regroup with Groshak there. And we'll have to have Groshak lead the army, but at least if they do get attacked, it'll pull them both in. We're going to skip our production choices for now and go down to Sundren, and let's just see here what we can do. So we know that there's a stack roaming around that belongs to our opponent. One thing we are going to do, and I forgot to do this before that other battle, is we should activate corpse looting. That's going to help our gold situation. Let's see, when we did have an item arrive as well for Groshak, so we can equip that. That's going to help him out. Fire protection and lava walking. So we can move over and clear this structure out, or can we... Oh, we can't quite make it over to this stack, but if we go here at least, we should be able to engage this fight, at the very least. And there might be a good opportunity for us to acquire one of these units to our side. And that would be really helpful because we still have an open spot in this stack, so I'd like to do that if I can. Alright, so let's see here. I think what we'll do is we will kind of retreat back. I want to probably grab this Draconian Serpentine, who is a tier 2 kind of poison, blight-focused pikeman unit. And so I think what I will do is try to kind of position ourselves over here a little bit. Let's see, we can go up here with our giant... Yeah, the Crusader can move over. What I'm hoping is they kind of attack us, move in, we can start to deal with them. There we go. Nice. Okay, that's what I really wanted to have happen, is to have them kind of step in and start to engage us. So I'm going to just advance with my archers and see if I can get the kill here. Ooh, it's still a range penalty. Pretty good damage, though. We can phase in behind and then get the kill that way. Nice. Meanwhile, over here, we can do pretty hefty damage. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the convert, or the charm, excuse me, knowing that I have low chance given the defense mode. Ooh, but we were successful, which is great. And then our Crusader can go over and do some good damage. Well, that's great. Now we've got another unit for the stack. That's going to be very helpful. And then, you know what? Let's see. The only healing we have is from Sundren's spell casting, which is not all that helpful. So let's just go over and do an Assassin Strike for the kill. Well, that's very nice. Having that extra unit is going to be extremely helpful for us. I think what we're going to do is group up here. Let's see. We'll group up. And then really... Oh, I forgot to check what's in that inn. We can still do that, though. Let's see. Nothing really of benefit. I would love to have a unit that has a healing skill to join this stack, but we don't have that. So hopefully then we can maybe attack this unit and keep our city safe. That's really the main focus there. Now over here, we've got this crocodile. What would be really nice to do would be to just go over here and start clearing out all these structures. That being said, though, another thing we could consider... I think we still are going to need to go over here and get to this portal, whether or not we have that quest to save Bormak, which is what we had last time. I don't know if that quest still exists with this new the choice we made, but as you can see here, there's a barrier preventing us from accessing the Throne City normally. So I think we're going to have to send our units ultimately over here no matter what we do. So I think what I'm actually going to do is, rather than even worrying about any of this, I think I'm just going to keep them going in the ocean here. We're already embarked. I think the better move is actually going to just be to keep this group together and start heading over towards the landmass over there. So it kind of sucks because... Ooh, and look at that. There is a Kraken. That could get pretty nasty for us. Thankfully, it doesn't look to be hostile, which is good. All right, so yeah, I'm thinking we just cruise over this way via the ocean. That will get us there faster. It may not be the most, elegant thing ever, but I think it's going to do the job. I'm going to head north and see if there's anything to explore up there. Meanwhile, I'm going to send this bird kind of along the water here and just do some scouting for Reskar, and hopefully we can find some additional resources or other things for him. Meanwhile, this initiate is just going to stay put. I think I'm actually going to jump this initiate over because this city really doesn't have much going for it, but this one has quite a bit going for it. The only thing is I know the waters can get pretty dangerous, but I still think it's going to be worth if we can get another unit over to help defend the city. That's going to take care of our situation here. One thing I do notice is we have negative mana income, and so we want to fix that if we can. So let's get a shrine going. Even though I know we're kind of low on gold, I think it would be good to at least address that. So we'll just do merchandise, though, over here. Listlon, same thing. We'll just do merchandise. Nuvina, also merchandise. And then spellcasting, like I said, we are running low on mana, but I do want to get another crow going. And I want that because I want to go scout this island more and find out if we do have a quest down there or not. I also want to see and make sure that that teleporter is still there. I'm sure it is, but... Again, the only reason I know that that's there is because of my experience on this scenario previously when we made the other choice. Ooh, that's kind of scary. Holy cow, look at all those boats. Yeah, we definitely need to get across the water and make landfall. Yeah, staying in the water is super dangerous. And, you know, that's a real risk we're taking here with Reskar now that I think about it. Because obviously that is, pretty dangerous being in the water. So that's where having the scout is, I think, going to be quite useful. So we'll just keep moving over. Again, these ones don't look to be hostile, so I think we're okay. We just need to be mindful that... ooh, we met a dwelling. Open borders and a peace treaty. Yeah, sure, I'll accept that. Meanwhile, this guy... I think what we want to do is probably use him a bit as a scout, maybe? This looks like it could be kind of a dead end, so I think we want to head maybe down this way. We don't want to get kind of bogged down. He can go further, but I think I'd rather him actually stay just to help that stack if they do get attacked. Yeah, we want to head over this way. Ooh, and you know what? I moved past the spawning structure, which we want to clear out. So let's make sure we get rid of this. There we go. All right, so we got some spiders to deal with. We should be able to do this without too much trouble, I hope. The trickiest part of this is just going to be that spider queen and knowing that all of them can web us. And if our fire giant gets webbed, we could be in a bit of trouble. Good news is we've got lots of range damage between all of our units here, so I think we will be fine. It's just going to be a matter of... the nice thing here is if we funnel them in this way, only one of them is going to be able to get to us at a time, I think. Yeah, right there. So this is actually the perfect spot to bottleneck them. All right, let's see. What would be the best damage type? Doesn't really matter, but we'll hope we get a stun. Oh, no luck. Well, that's fine. We can just whittle them down, you know, bit by bit. We'll just keep doing damage. We'll keep our swordsmen kind of back here just to keep our flanks safe. And again, I'm worried about the web. Yeah, and that's what I was afraid of. Okay, now, good news is, with our range damage, hopefully we can do enough. Yeah, there it is. That's really good. And then, ooh, and man, we're hitting hard. There's the kill, and that's great. We needed that. So now one of them is going to come back and attack the giant, but the giant has so much health that he'll be able to survive the hits for quite a while. So I think now we're actually in really good shape. We just want to mitigate any additional damage from units coming closer to us. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go after this one. Yeah, and there's the stun. That's what we were hoping for. Good flank there. And then we can do another one here. Excellent. And then we will just park our swordsman right there. And the giant's going to take some more punishment, but again, he can tolerate that for a while. We did get attacked there with Groshak, but that's fine. We can just scoot around, get a big flank, and get the kill with our swordsman. Then we can step up here and maybe get a stun. We did. That's wonderful. And then we can get the kill here. Nice. Good level ups all around. And I mean, our giant took damage, but really nothing we can't handle. So, Fire Wyvern Egg and a long sword. I mean, we already have mounts with all our heroes, and we have pretty good melee weapons, so I'm going to actually sell this for the gold. I think that's going to help us more than the items would. We've got a level up here for Groshak. Let's see, Master Illusionist. All units in the army gain invisibility. I don't think that's really going to help us that much. Strong Will would be useful. That would give us full spirit protection. Let's see. Men Magical Being would be good if we had any summoned units in the stack, which we currently don't. Floating isn't bad. That's good for movement, but we already have him pretty mobile with his mount and everything. Not to mention the other units in the stack don't float, so not as helpful. We could get him some new spells. He's already got 50 casting points, which is pretty busted. So maybe we look at more spells for him. Take a look again here. Yeah, the Illusionist, I don't think we need that. Phase is pretty good. Harmonizing Energy isn't bad for the healing. Although, I thought we already had that. Let me take a look again. Oh, we have Sphere of Protection. Yeah, we could get the other one just for healing. I mean, that's not the worst idea. Men Magic Being's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Dragon Slayer Party. It's good if you're fighting Draconians or Dragons, I guess. You know, I think we'll take the Harmonizing Energy just to have that healing option, because once again, we don't have a healing source in this stack, so I want to make sure that we have something we can use there. Okay, good. So that covers that. Grimbeak Crow is ready to go. We already kind of know where we want to do that, and that's here to go as far south as we possibly can. Ooh, and look at this. Succubus, another Succubus, a Warlord Hero. We got to watch ourselves. We'll stick to the mountains here. Okay, lots going on, so we got to be very careful with our scouts. I think what we probably want to do is take on this army here. Try and deal with this. Yeah, so we've just got a Succubus and then a bunch of other human units. Also, it looks like a Bard in there, so we have a couple of mind control. We'll just have to be mindful of that with our Giant. So obviously we don't want to get into a situation where... Ooh, moving target. Okay, that's going to make them more resistant to physical damage. That could get pretty unpleasant pretty quickly, actually, if we aren't careful. Alright, we probably want to turtle up a little bit. I don't think we want to get too cute with this. I think we want to kind of make sure that we're adequately protecting our appropriate characters here. You know what, we can even back up like that with our archers. Unicorn Rider can go like this. I think that's good. And then we'll presumably... Oh, there's another moving target. Okay. Nice, we resisted that charm. That's really good. I was expecting them... Yeah, here they come. I was waiting for the cavalry to charge in. Wait, our cavalry took a beating there. That's not really what we wanted to see. So it would be great to get... It is a line of sight penalty. You know what? We can mitigate that by doing this, and then we can... Oh yeah, big damage. Let's just see. Shock bolts, maybe. Yeah, that's even better. Very good. And then, you know what? We can just get the kill like this. Now the Giant, I think we probably want dealing with the Succubus, knowing full well that if that Succubus is successful with the Seduce, we're going to have to deal with it. We'll flank the Bard there, and then I think what we'll do is we'll probably step out and just get the finish here. That gets rid of that. And then I think we'll go here, and we'll just kill the Longswordsman. Yeah, no problem at all. Not a really good shot on the Succubus, but we'll start doing damage. Now, they're going to do a Seduce, and it might land. Let's see. Nice, we resisted. That's going to make this a heck of a lot easier for us now. Okay, so, let's see. We can step up here. Now, I believe the priest has full... Yes. Oh, doesn't have full spirit protection, so technically we have a chance. You know what? Let's try it. Very low chance, but it's not zero. So we'll kill the archer there. Step up and give the priest... Oh, nice. And there's a kill for our Serpentine. I think what we'll do, though, is we will ride around behind, get a big flanking charge attack, and then let our Giant just have at her with a flank kill. And that went super well. Really good work there. So that takes care of that stack. We got to level up with Sundren. So let's see. We could grab Assassin of Kings to do more damage to heroes. That's for the whole stack. But really, we're not fighting all that many heroes. So I think I'd rather just like continue to boost Sundren up. So let's maybe do some extra health. Maybe, you know what? Inflict severely poisoned. We'll take inflict crippling wounds. Sure. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, mana is still a problem right now, so we are going to have to deal with it. Now, the big question is, do we want to come back and play some defense with Sundren? Or do we want to get aggressive and try to push and see what we can do up here in terms of conquering maybe one of those other cities? I'm kind of conflicted because, honestly, I mean, we can't hold our city with what we currently have, but maybe we can... Just looking what would be good. You know what? Let's get some more casting points going. That's going to help us out a bit. Even though our mana sucks right now, we can probably fix that. Speaking of which, let's look at production choices. So this city, I do think we're going to want more units just to play defense a bit better. So let's maybe grab a swordsman. Yeah, that's going to hurt our gold situation, but that's fine. We can maybe use our scouts to find some additional income sources. We're going to build a shrine up here as well. And then, like I said, with Sundren, we're going to push north, I think. Let's just see what kind of damage we can do if we really carve into enemy territory here. Okay, this city's well defended, but it's only tier 1 units and a tier 2, so I think we're okay. We can probably do all right. We'll just push north here. Maybe we'll find something, resources or whatever else. Probably not going to cast any more spells until we have our mana situation kind of fixed, so I'm going to hold off for now. Oh, our poor scout is going to get killed. You know what? I might be able to stop this from happening if I do this kind of cheeky here. So what I'm going to do is go right to the edge of where they can attack us. Let them... And hopefully they won't move all the way. Ooh, they did. Okay, so I have to go here. And are they going to move right up? I think they are, so that means we're probably... Ooh, they aren't. Okay, that's good. So then we go here. Nope, gotta go one more. Only problem is now we're boxed into a corner, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get out of this one. Let's see. Nope. Okay, well, we're done. So we'll just go in and get ourselves killed. Yeah, it's too bad. It used all of its movement in that first one, which kind of screwed me over. Okay, item has arrived. Nice. That's some torso gear for Groshak. We will equip that right off the bat here. And then we're going to just head over there because that's where we're going. We want to reclaim our dwelling. Nice. Okay, we have a shrine that's finished. Did produce a swordsman. That's good. I feel like just having even a few units here might act as enough of a deterrent. Let's see what Sundren's got to deal with. You know what? This is good. We can handle this. The city doesn't have a wall. It's not an easy battle by any stretch, but this should be doable. Yeah, we'll have to be careful because we know there's going to be some spell casting for sure. All right. Ooh, they're hitting our Draconians, eh? Yikes, that actually did a lot of damage. Wow. We're going to have to use our spell casting here. Probably some quick dashes. Might throw one onto our Draconians just to keep them from being totally toast. We're going to need all of our units really functional here because we are at a big numerical disadvantage. So I think what I'm going to do is throw a quick dash onto our Draconian just to ensure that they are still combat ready here. Yeah, and I was going to say, I imagine they'll just keep using spells on us, which is actually kind of fine by me because hopefully that uses up Isabella's casting points and makes this a little easier for me. This is going to be actually a very, very difficult battle for us. We need to get in there like ASAP here because these orcs are going to tear us apart with their razor bows from their current locations. Now, one thing I can do is I can throw a quick dash onto my fire giant, and that'll get him in there. Yeah, there we go. And then what we want to do is we're going to park him in defense mode. Just force them to kind of have to deal with him. Our Draconian may get killed here by the fireball plus some arrows, but we'll see. Okay, no, going after my hunters now. Oh, they got that charm off. That is really unfortunate. Okay, well, that just turned the tide of this completely. So now we have to kill this bard. We have no other... We have to kill the bard. Good thing is, we have the Unicorn Rider who can phase in behind. And even if this is a suicide rush, we have to do this. Oh, we got so lucky that we got that critical. Wow. That just saved it for us, I think. We're still in a really tough spot here, and it may not go our way, but we're going to do everything we can now to keep this going. Okay, so one thing we can do is we can scoot around this way, throw on a quick dash to the Serpentine, step in, get a nice big flank shot, then we can step up and start putting in work here. Let's get rid of this greatsword. There we go. That's good. The Crusader can step up, and we're just going to park that Crusader in defense mode, and then let's get the finish on that Razor Bow there with our Hunter. Very good. We're still not out of the woods. I mean, we can still take a lot of damage because they've got so many units they can really make our life quite unpleasant, but if we can win this battle, that's going to really help us out. We'll take the city. We can even try to solidify our grip on it. Okay, we're running out of health here, though. That's not good. We don't have any more healing available to us at this stage, so things are getting a little bit hairy. Very good. Okay, and then Scoundrel's going to be a problem for us, so we're going to park in defense there. I'm going to use the Crusader to get the flank here. And then I'm going to step up. Now, that Crusader is probably going to get... Oh, I forgot I have this unit back here, actually. You know what? We're going to charge over. There's the good kill. Okay. We're probably going to lose our Crusader, but it is what it is. Okay, at least they turned to face the damage. Nice. And that shield is helping. Okay. Oh, we got to try and do this as quick as we can. I don't think anybody else is in range to really help, so it's going to fall pretty much to my giant here. He's taking on the priest. Crusader, I'm just going to run away. I want to keep my Crusader alive if at all possible. I think I'm going to keep all these units away, actually. And then our Hunter can just try and do some work. Oh, man, this is really not nice. We might get the kill. Oh, very close. Yeah, the Unicorn Rider, I'll just park here as a bit of a deterrent to attacking our Crusader. Nice, that poison just came in clutch. Wow, okay, we got very lucky that we were able to survive that. We didn't end up losing anybody, actually, which is great. Now, again, the problem, though, is that we have so little healing, which makes this really tough. Now, this is an orc town. So I'm going to probably just absorb it and then use this as a base of operations in here. It's going to take a little while to get to that point, but this stack is so beat up that I think they just have to stay put, honestly. Okay, now, Rescar, like I said, my plan over here was to just scout around this corner, and we're just going to follow along. Ooh, and now we put this guy in a bad spot. He might get killed, but it is what it is. Alright, so production choices out of the way. We're going to go over here. Let's just go north and see. Ooh, I do see some treasure. Oh, that is very nice. Okay, and we've met a hostile orcish village. Over here, meanwhile, let's go here. We could capture this. You know what? Let's do that. Yeah, that gives us another gold mine. Ooh, and then, you know what? We can hop off it just for protection. Let's go here, and then we're in the mountains. I think that's all of our movement. So, back here, again, gold is decent now. Mana is still kind of not so good. So I think we'll go for a temple, honestly. We really want to fix our mana problem. We've got another shrine coming, too. That should be good to kind of give us a bit of an edge. Well, I'd love to have a longbowman. It just sucks it takes 2 turns. You know what? Let's just do another initiate. That'll give us at least something to defend with. We may end up losing this city. I mean, if that happens, it is what it is. Honestly, I think that's about the best we can do. Maybe we'll do an Iron Grip or let's do a Grimbeak Crow, get another one going. And you know what? I think this is going to be a short but sweet episode. I am unfortunately kind of limited in time today for recording. So I'm going to call this one, like I said, a short but sweet. We're going to call this one episode 41. So, a little bit of progress there. Again, gonna have to send our forces down here, I believe, to enter that portal to move over and attack the Throne City. So, that's kind of what we're focusing on, and that's why we're moving Reskar the way we are. Anyway, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.